Are you a football fan? And you have always wondered what are the best goals in football history? A great number of goals in football have been recorded through massive shots and also remained in everyone's mind because of their power. The technical and artistic flair that epitomizes football, soccer, has captivated audiences for over a century. Compared with other sports, football's unrestricted rules allow players to create innumerable variations of tricks, skills, passes, and shots. This capacity for novelty has seen the beautiful game grow into the most popular sport on the planet. In particular, millions of unique goals have been scored, the best of which can be viewed in the video compilation below. Choosing the best goals was not an easy task. A flicked back heel or an audacious overhead kick will be attempted hundreds of times in a season, and one has to question whether it is luck or skill that causes some to hit the back of the net. Today, for our best 10 goals in football history, we have chosen only those strikes that required extraordinary ability, skill, and difficulty. 10. David Trezeguet, 154.5 kmph. There is only one French player among the scorers of the most powerful goals in the history of football. David Trezeguet is one of the most well-known strikers in the history of France's national team. Although one of his most remembered goals is the stunner at the Euro 2000 final match's golden time against Italy, Trezeguet has scored some other powerful goals in his career. As a 20-year-old player, a young David Trezeguet was playing for his countryside, AS Monaco. The young Frenchman scored a screamer in an important knockout fixture in the UEFA Champions League. In the match in 1998, David Trezeguet shot an incredible shot in the heart of Old Trafford against Manchester United during the quarter-finals of the Champions League. The shot's speed was recorded at 154.4 km per hour, and is placed among the best football goals of all time. 9. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 2012. In late 2012, Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored one of the best goals ever in an international friendly against England, when England goalkeeper, Joe Hart, made a poor-headed clearance. Zlatan turned on his heels, leapt into the air, and looped an overhead kick into the England goal from 30 yards. While overhead kicks are generally lucky goals, the technique, composure, athleticism and accuracy demonstrated by Ibrahimovic was phenomenal. 8. Dennis Bergkamp, 2002. Dennis Bergkamp was known for his sublime skill and ball control, but his goal for Arsenal against Newcastle in 2002 left everyone stunned. It is difficult to describe exactly what he did because no one else seems to have done it before. You could say he flicked the ball backwards around the defender, turned, and ran around the opposite side to collect it and score, but it's better to just watch and be amazed. 7. Eric Cantona, 1996. This legendary goal from Eric Cantona in 1996 befitted his subsequent celebration. He beat two players before exchanging passes with a Manchester United teammate. He then chipped the ball over the goalkeeper from the edge of the penalty area. Cantona celebrated by standing on the spot, slowly pirouetting as he took in the atmosphere with a vaunting stare to accompany his most memorable moment. 6. Marco van Basten, 1988. When Dutch legend Marco van Basten scored a goal in the 54th minute of the 1988 European Championship final, even the emulous Germans stood up and applauded. His now infamous goal was a strike of incredible difficulty, being a precise, powerful, looped volley from a difficult angle. The Netherlands won the final with Van Basten finishing as the tournament's top scorer. 5. Carlos Alberto, 1970. The Brazilian team that took part in the 1970 World Cup was one of the greatest in football history. Led by Carlos Alberto, the team included Pelé, Jairzinho, Rivellino, and Gerson. They won every match in the tournament, culminating in a 4-1 demolition of Italy in the final. This final match saw one of the greatest team goals ever scored. 4. Roberto Carlos, 138 kmph. Roberto Carlos is arguably the most powerful kicker in the history of football and one of the best free-kick takers ever. Among numerous great moments Roberto Carlos made on the pitch, his shots taken from long distances have become the most remarkable memories from this Brazilian legend. Carlos has scored many goals from long-distance shots, and in this part of the most powerful goals in the history of football article, we are mentioning an unbelievable free kick from this guy. The goal is considered one of Roberto Carlos' amazing goals and certainly one of the best soccer goals ever, as its curve and power just seem unrealistic. The Brazilian Roberto Carlos is considered one of the best free-kick takers of all time, and he proves it with this shot against France. Carlos was 24 and in his second season at Real Madrid when he lined up for Brazil, against France in the opening match of the 1997 Tournoi de France. 3. Obafemi Martins, 135 kmph. Obafemi Martins was a player with high skills in dribbling and goal scoring. He was also famous of his unique goal celebration after scoring. In 2007, Newcastle United was playing against Tottenham and the Nigerian player Obafemi Martins was not only a skilled forward, in terms of dribbling, but he was also a crack in terms of shooting with incredible strength. This shot against Tottenham was recorded at 135.1 km per hour, and so it is named the 10th on the list of most powerful goals in the history of football. 2. Diego Maradona, 1986. Perhaps the most famous goal in the history of the beautiful game, Diego Maradona's 1986 World Cup strike against England was a moment of pure genius. He picked up the ball in his own half and beat 4 players and the goalkeeper before poking the ball into the net. Argentina went on to win the tournament with Maradona named as the best player. 1. Lionel Messi, 2007. As the best player in the world, it is quite fitting that Lionel Messi has also scored the best goal. It came for Barcelona against Getafe in 2007, and it showed many similarities with Diego Maradona's strike 20 years earlier. From the same starting and finishing positions, he beat 4 players before rounding the goalkeeper to score. While there is little difference between the two goals, Messi's had a slightly better finish. That's it for the video. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.